Introduction: the silent threat, lurking in your sleep. You think it's just discomfort. You think it's just aging. But what if that ache in your hip, that twinge in your lower back, that stiffness in your knees is not normal at all? What if it's a warning sign? Every night, millions of seniors climb into bed unaware that their sleeping position is silently destroying their joints, twisting their spines, and robbing them of the healthy rest their bodies desperately need. This isn't fearmongering. This is a wake-up call, because something as simple as placing a pillow between your legs could be the difference between independence and a wheelchair. Let's talk about what doctors don't always mention, and why ignoring this small detail could cost you far more than a night's sleep. 1. Your hips are crying for help, and you don't even hear them. You may not notice it immediately: the dull ache in your hip when you wake up, the tightness in your lower back, or the subtle stiffness when you try to stand. But these aren't just signs of getting older. They're red flags, silent warnings. And by the time you realize something is wrong, the damage may already be done. When seniors sleep on their side without placing a pillow between their legs, they unknowingly force their upper leg to pull the top hip forward. This rotation twists the spine, strains the pelvic joints, and places constant stress on the hip, night after night. Over time, this seemingly small misalignment leads to joint degeneration, inflammation, and chronic pain that can limit mobility permanently. Doctors have seen it all too often. Seniors arriving with hip problems that could have been prevented with one simple habit. A habit so minor it feels almost insulting. Just a pillow? Yes, just a pillow, because that pillow keeps your hips parallel. It relieves pressure. It preserves your posture. If you ignore this now, you risk waking up one day and realizing you can no longer walk without pain, or worse, without assistance. Do not let that day come. Prevention isn't complicated, but it demands awareness and action, starting tonight. 2. The spine collapse you don't feel until it's too late. At first, it's barely noticeable. A slight tension in your lower back, a faint stiffness when bending over. But over months, sometimes even weeks, this tension snowballs. And by the time you feel sharp pain or numbness down your leg, the damage is already unfolding deep inside your spine. As we age, the cushioning discs between our vertebrae naturally thin out. They become less elastic, more fragile. And if your sleeping position is misaligned, especially if you sleep on your side without a pillow between your legs, that stress goes straight to your lumbar spine. The upper leg drops forward, pulling the spine into an unnatural twist. That twist compresses nerves, inflames tissues, and accelerates disc degeneration. You might blame your mattress. You might think it's just old bones. But many doctors agree, one of the most overlooked culprits of spinal degeneration in seniors is poor sleep posture. A leg pillow prevents this spinal rotation. It restores neutrality. It reduces pressure on those fragile discs. It's a $20 solution to a $20,000 surgery. If you're ignoring your spine at night, you're gambling with your independence, because the moment your back gives out, you may not get it back. Don't wait for that moment. Sleep smarter. Protect your spine before it collapses from neglect. 3. Blood flow blockages, the hidden cause of fatigue and brain fog. Have you ever woken up feeling more tired than when you went to bed? Struggling to focus? Legs tingling or numb in the morning? You might chalk it up to aging or poor sleep. But here's what most people never realize. It could be a blood flow crisis caused by how you sleep. When you lie on your side without placing a pillow between your legs, your top leg often shifts forward and downward, pressing into the lower one, That pressure compresses key blood vessels, particularly in the groin and thigh region, silently restricting circulation to your legs, feet, and even your brain. Over time, this nightly compression can lead to symptoms that mimic serious conditions: chronic fatigue, memory lapses, dizziness, even an increased risk of blood clots. Doctors warn, reduced blood flow during sleep starves your tissues of oxygen and nutrients. The brain suffers. Your muscles ache. Your energy vanishes. You feel like you're deteriorating, and you are. But it's not inevitable. By simply inserting a soft pillow between your legs, you open up space between the femoral arteries and veins, allowing blood to circulate freely and restoring the lifeline your body needs. Don't let invisible blockages steal your clarity, strength, or future. Fix the flow and feel the difference by morning. 4. The fall. You'll regret forever, and how to avoid it tonight. One wrong step in the morning, one fall, and your life changes forever. Fractured hips, broken wrists, hospital stays, loss of independence. Sleep-induced joint instability is a silent killer. Doctors have seen it. Patients with poor nighttime posture wake up unstable, stiff, and fragile. A pillow between the legs stabilizes the pelvis, reduces nighttime joint swelling, and prevents that first, dangerous stumble. Is it dramatic? Yes, but it's real, and it's preventable. 5. The chain reaction. How one joint fails and brings down the rest. Your body is a system. Misalignment in the hips leads to knee strain. That shifts your weight distribution, hurting your ankles. Before long, even your shoulders and neck suffer. Seniors who ignore this are often misdiagnosed. They're prescribed painkillers, physical therapy. But the true cause lies in their sleep. Correcting the alignment with a pillow prevents this domino effect. One change, one pillow, full body protection. 6. Real stories, real pain, the ones who didn't know in time. Eleanor, 72, thought her morning stiffness was just life, until she slipped getting out of bed. Her hip shattered in 3 places. Doctors told her the deterioration had been building for years, worsened by her side sleeping habits. Tom, 67, was active and independent, but back pain made him dread mornings. It wasn't until his physical therapist asked about his sleeping posture that he tried a leg pillow. Within weeks, the pain had eased. These aren't isolated stories, they're warnings. Don't let yours be next. 7. The emotional toll. When pain steals your confidence and joy. Pain doesn't just hurt your body. It steals your dignity. It makes you say no to family outings. It turns smiles into silence. It robs you of the confidence to move freely. And slowly, it isolates you. But here's the truth. When your body feels supported, your mind does too. Sleeping with a pillow between your legs isn't just physical relief. It's psychological freedom. You rest easier. You wake up stronger. You live better. 8. Are you becoming a burden? This simple habit says not yet. No one wants to be a burden. But if you can't walk unassisted, if you're groaning in pain getting out of bed, if you can't keep up with your grandchildren, what message are you sending? That you're fading, that you're giving up. But a small habit, one pillow, is an act of self-care, of love, for yourself and your family. It says, I'm not done yet, and I still choose strength. 9. Why doctors are finally speaking up, and what they want you to do. Tonight, orthopedists, chiropractors, even sleep specialists are now saying what was once overlooked. Support between the legs can drastically reduce age-related pain and degeneration. They've seen patients improve mobility, decrease pain, postpone surgery, and they're urging seniors to act now, before the damage sets in. You don't need surgery. You don't need drugs. You need alignment. You need awareness. 10. Your body is begging you. Are you listening? Tonight, when you crawl into bed, think about this. Will your position tonight bring you one step closer to the life you want, or one step closer to being unable to move without help? That's the choice you make every night, unconsciously, silently. But tonight, you choose consciously. Place that pillow between your legs, because you're not done yet, because you matter, because it's not too late, but it soon could be. Take control, one night at a time, starting now.